I'm the color red in a world full of black and white.
Brace for the change, brace for the rage, brace for the wave. I've been going through it. Y'all know the pain, driving insane, deep in your veins. Y'all know how I prove it. Strut through the lanes, gripping the grain. Miles an hour, yeah, miles of fluid. Mask on, asking, why should I do it? Because no one is moving. I came from the swamp, the mud. Algorithm told me I was the plug. Feel for the fiend, you know what I mean. I've been through all of the lesson and hugs, and that is because I abandoned all hope who enter here. So listen clear, I made your dreams. Fireflies don't disappear.
Everywhere.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Fireflies Forever. We greatly appreciate it. On today's show, we're going to do our normal thing and talk about some theories and predictions and different things, but we're also going to take a look back at Wrestlepalooza because Chris went and he has some thoughts on the event, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that for right now. And I know I'm going to forget this later, so if you don't mind, please drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. We're glad you're here. Please hit that subscribe button so you can become a part of the family and know when we have future content. Speaking of that future content, this week, this is a jam-packed week. So obviously today, we have Fireflies Forever. Thursday, we have a go-home show for TNA Wrestling that will start at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Friday, we have Victory Road, our watch-along for Victory Road. I will let everyone know on Thursday, what time we will begin on Friday. And then Joe and I will be back, hopefully, on Sunday for Between the Ropes. And that will start at our new time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, now that we've got all that good stuff out of the way, let me bring Chris on screen. Chris, how's it going this week, man?
I'm doing really good. Had an awesome weekend.
Man. Good. Yeah, I cannot wait to talk about that awesome weekend with you, because I know you have a video that you put together for everyone that's really awesome, that I feel like everyone will enjoy. But yeah, man, I can't wait to talk about Wrestlepalooza with you. So as we always do, we start with memories. And Chris, I'm going to have you set this up, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Yeah, so going to highlight the often forgotten member of the Gilly family around here, Jodie's dog Wyatt. Today, have a fun little video of when he was a puppy. I figured he needed some love from y'all today. He just got back from the vet and got neutered today, so I wanted to show him some love to everybody today. Got a little highlight of when he was a puppy.
All I can say for Wyatt today is this.
Yowie wowie.
And if you guys didn't hear,
Yowie wowie.
there you go. All right, here's the video, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
And he's
like he had
wild and crazy and runs around just like that.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks like he had the zoomies.
Oh, yeah. He does about every day. But I'm hoping maybe he'll calm down a little bit now after today.
Yeah, I would say he probably will. So, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, well, let's get to some. We'll get to some artwork, and we'll. Yeah, Jeremy said it here. It's always a sad day when they take your balls.
Yep.
Very true. Yeah. What's up, Clay? Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Let me. I've been kind of rude. Let me welcome in everybody. Let's see. We've got Jeremy, member of our channel. We've got Clown, Dylan, Deanna. We've got James Chadwick. Let's see. Jen Carter. What's up, KJ? John G. Brandon. DRO. Clay. Welcome, everyone. So let's get into some artwork, shall we? Let's
Sounds good.
get into a little bit of artwork and see what we got here. So, Chris, thank you so much for sending some of these over, man. But this one is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, love this. Such a cool, callback to Bray with the red dreads in there and the red eyes and everything. Loved it.
Yeah, this is awesome. Another great one here.
Yeah, really cool art style there.
That looks like it belongs on a horror movie poster in like the 70s, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love this too.
Yeah. Black Mass always kills it.
Always, man. Always.
This needs to be like a kids movie or something. It's got that current kind of style like a lot of the kids movies do nowadays.
Yeah. Speaking of artwork.
Yes, Dexter Loomis.
Yeah.
Did some art and on some t-shirts on the WWE shop now, which are very awesome.
Yeah. He's so talented, man.
Yes, he is.
Good grief. And then speaking of someone who's so talented, and Alicia, I see you, Alicia. Hey, Alicia. Speaking of someone so talented, they did a mashup of The Fiend and something that's very popular right now, and that's the one and only Alicia. And if you're familiar with the Labubu craze, then you know exactly what this is. My daughter, and I know Chris was saying his daughter, are absolutely obsessed with these things. So this is pretty awesome. Brandon said, do you think Dexter outside the ring is a real artist? He is indeed.
Yeah, he does. I've seen some other artwork that he's done. He is a very talented artist.
Very
I
talented.
think he does that in his spare time.
Yeah, very talented indeed. So for sure, yeah, he does a lot of great stuff. Deanna saying I'd buy that.
Yeah, if my daughter sees that and if it was ever real, she would definitely want it.
All right, man. Well, we're going to get to our next segment, which is our topics and reactions. And this week, Wrestlepalooza. It's been a very, we'll say, debated and talked about PLE, but fortunately for all of us, we have someone who was there. So, Chris, I want to turn it over to you. Tell me about your experience at Wrestlepalooza.
I had an absolute blast at Wrestlepalooza. And I've seen so much negativity about it and stuff. I thought it was a good show. I mean, I think that, there's something to be said about a live wrestling show versus watching it on TV. I do want to go back and rewatch it on TV. I haven't done that yet. Just watched it live. But honestly, it was one of, if not the most fun wrestling shows that I've ever been to. The crowd was hyped the entire night. I lost my voice Saturday night after that show. From yelling so much and singing and joining in and all the crowd stuff that everyone was doing. Like, it was great. I mean, we weren't France, but we still were pretty good for an American wrestling crowd, I felt like.
You guys did a pretty darn good job. The one thing that I've seen, Chris, in terms of criticisms, and this is one thing that I would say I agree with, is there was a lot of confusion leading up to the PLE in terms of watching it and where to watch.
Yeah, I did hear about some of the stuff with the ESPN. So I
Yeah,
definitely understand that people,
yeah,
some people weren't even able to watch it and
yeah,
stuff. So yeah, they definitely should have gotten that figured out beforehand.
yeah.
That's not good.
And then the other thing too is there were so many different pathways to watch it that we ended up watching it on Disney Plus.
Oh, really? I didn't even know
Yeah,
that was an option.
yeah, like I didn't either until I was on there and I was like, wait, really? And it was there. Like the whole WWE thing was there. So it was like, okay, so all right, that's cool. So so I think they needed to be a little clearer in terms of where to watch it, how to watch it, what it would cost, all those things, who would be getting it. Because again, you know, the belief for a long time was that people who had YouTube TV would get it. And I found out the hard way on Friday that was not the case. So, so yeah, I think that those criticisms I think are valid.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I think in
absolutely.
terms of the show itself, it sounds to me like, Chris, you had a great time at the show overall. So what were your overall thoughts on the show as a whole?
I mean, I really enjoyed all the matches. I thought they were, for the most part, they were all at least, entertaining stuff. Some were better than others, of course. I think some people, like the biggest criticism I've heard was about the opening match between Brock and Cena. And I think, I don't know, maybe I was different. I went into it expecting that Cena was probably going to lose that match. It sounds like a lot of people were upset that that Cena lost, and maybe were really expecting that he would win. And I just didn't have that expectation with Brock coming back after so much time off and stuff. I pretty much figured that he would probably be winning. And I even, they talked a lot about that SummerSlam 2014 match, and I even thought that I could see if they, go down that road again a bit with that, because Cena was going to have a little time off until Crown Jewel and stuff. So I guess I kind of expected it. So it didn't upset me at all.
I think the thing that I've seen about that match in particular is not necessarily the result, but how they got there. And to that, I would say, to your earlier point, commentary, lots of times they drop little breadcrumbs. And when they keep bringing up that whole SummerSlam and how Cena absolutely looked overmatched, and you think about all of that, what I took from it and what I thought going into it was that Brock would absolutely destroy Cena like he did. Because I feel like at the end of John Cena's run, we're going to have this moment where we get glimpses of Super Cena again, I believe. And he'll overcome Brock Lesnar, I think.
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong, but that's what I think.
And even if not, I just feel like, me personally, I don't want to see Cena like win every single match in his last year run. Like, I think it is good for him to lose a match. He's been pretty dominant this year and won most of his matches. So I didn't think it hurt him at all. So especially an opponent that he's already had so much trouble with in his career.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I enjoyed the match. I know this is very controversial right now and everything, given around Brock Lesnar and everything, but I've always been a big Brock Lesnar fan, so I cheered for him and I enjoyed seeing him win.
Yeah. Brandon says, what was your match of the night?
So my match of the night was CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth and Becky. Before that match, it was Io and Stephanie Vaquer. That match was amazing, but the mixed tag match was just so much fun, especially live, being there like that. It was just, they did a really good job with a lot of the spots and everything. That was just such a fun match.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think the one thing that I've seen that I absolutely agree with, that's been a pretty unanimous consensus, is that the Stephanie Vaquera and EO match was match of the night for a lot of
I could definitely see the argument for that. Like I said, before this match, that was by far was my favorite match so far. That match was amazing, really good. I was very happy to see Stephanie win. I feel like she really deserves it.
She really did. She really did deserve it. So, yeah. So Chris, and obviously we had Cody winning at the end.
That one, I actually had picked Drew to win. I really thought Drew was going to go over, so that one really surprised me.
Yeah. I was a little shocked that we didn't get something at the end of that match. Mm-hmm. But I would say, if you're paying attention to this storyline, keep close attention to it, because I feel like we may be getting something at some point with this coming up. So
yeah, and then the Undertaker coming out was definitely very cool. Ashley completely freaked out. She's never gotten to see Undertaker in her whole life or anything. So. And she never thought she would at this point. So that was really, really special for her to get to see Undertaker live. So really
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, I will say that the indie crowd did a great job. You guys were awesome the entire night. And you guys did a great job. And you put together a video. So, Chris, I want you to set that up, and then we'll share that, and then we'll come back and talk about the Wyatt Sicks and their shenanigans from Friday.
Yeah, I just thrown together some pictures and some video clips of some of my experiences throughout the night, just to put together so everybody can kind of see a little bit about what my live experience was like there.
Awesome, man. Well, here we go. This is an awesome video, so enjoy, folks.
have a good time. I am eternally grateful for those who have been part of WWE, for those who are brand new. You might have got the sense tonight that tonight was history. I think it's important that you know it was strategically picked, that it was right here in the United States of America, and it was right here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Thank you guys for being part of history. You know I love you. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Thank you all very, very much.
Awesome stuff, Chris.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I wonder if if maybe WWE overhyped it and people just had a different expectation in their mind or something. I mean, you know, I thought it was a good show. I mean, it wasn't the best show of the year or anything like that, but I didn't expect it to be. So I don't know. I could see that some people maybe just had this built up, that, you know, WWE made it sound like it was going to be bigger and more special than what it was. I don't know.
I think people expected WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's what I think people expected.
Mm-hmm.
I think they expected a WrestleMania level show with, you know, some of the big moments, you know, and some of that. And, you know, while you did get some big moments and you did get the Undertaker out there, yeah, I think people wanted this. I don't know what people wanted to see, but I think people, yeah, you know,
I thought it was a good card. I enjoyed all the matches. I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
So I had a good time.
Good. And that's what matters. And, you know, it sounds like a lot of other people that were in that arena with you had a good time. So,
oh yeah, everybody there definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, so that matters. And hopefully, you know, with the technical issues and all of that, and the lack of clarity on where to watch and how to access this, hopefully WWE and ESPN ensures that up so people don't have that same experience the next time. So
that's definitely a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So now it's time for us to talk about the stars of the show, and that's the Wyatt Sicks and Street Profits. Man, they what are your thoughts on this beatdown that we saw?
I thought it was awesome. I love that Bo just keeps on putting ideas in their head. And there was this one clip specifically C highlighted on his video, where when Bo was Montez had grabbed Bo and put him up against the wall, but he was still talking. There was a look in Montez's eye. It felt like he was like, Bo's right, is what I got from the look on his face. Like,
yeah,
you know, he was saying that Montez wasn't listening to him and stuff. So I think he's definitely getting through to at least Dawkins, and yeah, I'm really enjoying this story and seeing where they go from here, seeing if the Street Profits really do break up. But I love that he just keeps getting in their heads, and then now this planned attack turned it around on him. I love to see it. I thought that was really cool that Rowan came to help him.
Yeah, I thought this was awesome, man. You know, at the same time, I feel like it really signified the beginning of the end for the Street Profits.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the sense that you got?
Yeah, he mentioned, you know, possibility of him having another tag title match. I'm guessing if we do get another tag title match, that's probably going to be the end. I think that might be where the strings finally come undone at.
Yeah. So I wanted us to take a little bit of time, Chris, as we talk about this, to kind of break down what we think may happen and what we think each of these guys from the Street Profits can do. I know a lot of the times we focus on the Wyatt Sicks, and we'll wrap up with them, but I just want to take a couple minutes to ask you in particular about each of these guys individually. So I'll start with Montez. What do you think Montez can do as a single star? What do you think his future holds for him?
I could definitely see him, going after like either the U.S. title or IC title or something like that. I love his high flying style. I feel like that it works really well for him and would be really entertaining to see as a solo star. So I could see him right away getting involved in somewhere in the mid card title scene for sure.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think that's to start. I think eventually, depending on how a run like that would go, I think he might even be someone you could put in a world title picture.
Oh yeah, he reminds me a lot of how the New Day was. They were a great tag team together, but then at least for Big E and Kofi, went on to have great solo world title runs too. I could definitely see Montez being that way also.
Yeah, I think Montez out of the two is the guy that people are like, man, he's got the brightest future because I think he gets more of the mic time and he does all of the acrobatic high flying stuff. But I think, well, we'll talk about Angelo, but I think Montez has a bright future ahead of him. I really do.
Yeah, I definitely do too. And it's and people have been saying that for years that they'd like to see him get a solo run. So I would definitely think it should happen.
Yeah, I think it will. The amazing guy asking, do you think it means anything that Alexa and Wyatt's segments are always usually right after each other, or is that another tease? Do you think that's a coincidence, or do you
I haven't ever noticed that or thought about that, but definitely a possibility. I mean, Alexa's definitely, mentioned it several times, especially recently, that she would love to do something with them and that the potential is definitely there that they could down the road. So it could be a subtle tease. I mean, we all know how Bray used to do subtle teases and stuff. So it definitely could be a subtle tease.
Yeah. I mean, it all could be aligned. It could be one giant coincidence. And I think the beauty of it is that we won't know until we know.
Yeah.
And that's the part where it's like, man, I wish I knew now, but I think it'll be fun to maybe figure that out. Clown saying Montez has potential to be a new Jeff Hardy. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah. Sean Rousset saying, I think the Wyatts are in the ear of the Street Profits and we will see them split. I would like to see Dawkins turn on Ford. I like that. Let's go to Angelo Dawkins.
I kind of, especially after that segment we just talked about, that look in his eye, the way he looked at Bo and looked at Montez, I think that might be how it goes down. I actually think Angelo might turn on Montez,
which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really like, because I think so. I'm gonna give you a comparison, and people are gonna think I'm wild. People are gonna think I'm absolutely wild for this. Angelo Dawkins, to me, reminds me of an Arn Anderson type.
Okay, I can see that.
And I think, he's not going to be flashy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the biggest talker. But I think he's great in the ring, and I don't think people give him enough credit for that. But I think he's going to be that type of guy. Maybe not a world title guy. He might be close. Mm-hmm. But I think, somewhere in that upper mid card. But I think he's a great talent, and I'm just ready for people to see. I mean, hopefully I'm completely wrong and he just blows way past that, because I really like him and what he does and how, I mean, he's so athletic. So, but I agree. I like what's been said here about him potentially turning on Montez and not the other way around.
Yeah, and I feel like he's gonna really, if they go that route with what and what I was thinking there, that he's gonna feel justified if Bo keeps telling him that, you know, Montez is listening to him, that he's just doing what he wants to do, and you know he's silencing Angelo Dawkins, so he, you know, that if he's gonna feel hurt by him, if, you know, thinking that way and stuff, so, and he's gonna feel very justified in turning on him if he feels like that's the way Montez is being with him.
Yeah.
So I definitely like that, and I think it's going to be good for Angelo. Like you said, I feel like in the Street Profits, Montez has just always kind of overshadowed Dawkins because he does these big, awesome, high flying moves and stuff like that. And not that Dawkins, you know, doesn't do cool moves and stuff too, but he's just kind of gotten overshadowed by Montez. So I feel like a solo run would really give him a chance to shine, and that people could see more of his talents, because he definitely is talented.
Yeah, he really is. Sean Rousset saying Dawkins has been putting in work at the Dungeon 2.0 with Natty. I have been seeing clips of that. Brandon saying, which tag team do you see as a threat to dethrone the Wyatt Sicks title reign? Who do you think, Chris? I know we talked about this a little bit last time, but who do you think might be a threat at this point?
I don't really see too much of an immediate threat. Like, I definitely don't think the Street Profits are a threat, since they're probably on the verge of breaking up. Luckily, I really feel like that the Wyatts are going to get a nice long tag team title reign.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody coming up in the immediate future. I mean, there's the potential down the road, if they do end up feuding with the Bloodline, you know, they could potentially take the tag titles off of them. They've been tag champs before. Something like that. But right now in the immediate future, I don't see anybody that's too much of a threat to them. I think that they're going to keep it for a while.
Yeah. I think, to Lil Silver's point, though, if you get some type of a draft situation where the Vision ends up on SmackDown, I think Braun and Bronson are a legitimate threat.
Yeah, they definitely could be, and it would be deserved for if they were the ones to do it, and I wouldn't be mad about that or anything. They're a great team too.
Yeah, for sure. So I got a couple more questions before we get out of here, and folks, we do have to end a little early on this episode. I apologize. I do have a meeting in about 10 minutes. So, but Chris, I want to ask you two things here. Are the Wyatt Sicks done with the Street Profits? I know you mentioned that there's a potential for another title match, but do you think that they're done with the Profits, or do you think we get something else with them and the Profits?
I think we probably will. Like I said, I think we probably will get one more match, and maybe we even get another segment like this before that match, where Bo just continues to get in their ear and stuff. And so I really feel like that it seems like the direction they're going to go is that they have another match, and that's going to be the breaking point. Something will happen during that match. You know, maybe that's where he turns on Montez, or they lose again, and then he turns, or something like that. I feel like something's going to happen with one more match, but they're not going to get it done, and that's going to be the end of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree. I think we get one more match, and during that match, we get an implosion of the team.
And then it would be awesome then to just see Bo sitting over there smiling after that. See his handiwork.
Yep. Even just like a tip of the cap or something would be nice.
Yeah.
Lil Silver saying also yesterday news broke over in TNA. Mickie James will take her place in the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame. Yep, she will. She's
deserved.
Yep, well deserved. So the amazing guy saying, I think Montez and Bianca go heel. Also, what happened to Miz and Mello challenging for for the tag title. So let's talk about that. Chris, what do you think is next for the Wyatt Sicks, and what do you think is next for the rest of this tag division?
Yeah, I can see Miz and Mello if they can get on the same page, getting having a tag title match. They've been kind of on and off recently, as Mello tried to go after the U.S. title, but yeah, I could definitely see them having a match. Like I said, I think we'll probably get a Street Profits match, maybe even before Miz and Mello get a title match. But yeah, I think we're going to continue to see some more tag teams step up, but ultimately fail against the Wyatts. And I'm guessing, given the tease that happened at Worlds Collide, that whenever the next AAA show is, that we might see the Wyatts on there challenging for the AAA tag team titles.
Very true. Very true. I think it's a real possibility.
Mm-hmm.
They could pop up just about anywhere in the WWE universe, we'll say. Which is exciting, especially if you're a TNA fan.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a AAA fan, like I know many folks have become since WWE's acquisition, since you see more of them. So
that's another interesting point Amazing Guy has too. What if it is Montez that goes heel? And then what happens with him and Bianca? Say, Bianca comes in backstage, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Something like that. Then she, could end up turning heel with him. That would be a really interesting dynamic.
That would be. That would be awesome, too. That would be really awesome. Man, so much stuff going on. I can't wait to see what's next, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
So before we close out, I just want to have you share any final thoughts, and we'll go ahead and wrap up and get out of here this week.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what happens going forward. In, I think it's 2 weeks on October 3rd, I believe it is. I'll be going to that SmackDown also. I had actually bought those tickets before Wrestlepalooza even got announced. They're coming to Cincinnati, which is only about an hour and a half from me. So I'm hoping to actually see the Wyatts there. It'd be awesome if that was maybe one of the tag team title matches or something. So yeah, I'll hopefully get to see them and have some clips and video to share on the show from that too.
Yeah, fingers crossed, man. I hope so. I really hope so. All right, well, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna drop this one more time, folks. If you don't mind, drop a like on the video before you get out of here. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. We're glad you're here. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when we have future content. Speaking of future content, again, here's our schedule for the rest of the week. We will let you know about Victory Road and the time that we'll start that watch along on Friday. Thursday, we have our TNA watch along, which will be the go home show for Victory Road. So come check us out on Thursday at 7:45, and then we'll be back on Sunday to wrap up the whole week in wrestling on Between the Ropes. So come and join us this week. Join us this weekend if you can. If you're a TNA fan, even if you're not, come join us anyway. We would love to have you join us. But that's it for us this evening on Fireflies Forever. NXT should be good tonight. It's been really good lately. It has been for a while, so go check that out. But if not, we will see you again hopefully on Thursday and Friday on the channel. And have a great evening and a great rest of your week. Take care, everyone. Please, 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 please. And I know this is Joe's thing, but I'm going to say it now. Please be kind to one another. Remember that we never know what the next person is going through. So a little bit of humanity goes a long way, and you never know what that will mean to someone. So take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your week, and hopefully we see you real soon. Take care, everyone.
I'm the color red in a world full of black and white.
Brace for the change, brace for the rage, brace for the wave. I've been going through it. Y'all know the pain. drive them insane, deep in your veins. Y'all know how I prove it. Strut through the lanes, gripping the grain. Miles an hour, yeah, miles of fluid. Mask on, asking, why should I do it? Because no one is moving. I came from the swamp, the mud. Algorithm told me I was the plug. Feel for the fiend, you know what I mean. I've been through all of the lesson and hugs, and that is because I've had all hope who enter here. So listen clear, I made your dreams. Fireflies don't disappear.